60 millimeter posts are not going to work. So I've got 80 millimeter posts on order. So there's going to be, yeah, there's going to be posts. Postest with the mostest. And it fits within the tool constraint. Barely, but it fits within the tool constraint. Yeah. Did I have this posted? Where did I put the pictures for this before? Did I put it in the live stream chat?
Pictures for what exactly?
This tool post, this tool thing. I did. I put it in the live stream chat. I will post the updated photos there. I need to convert everything to. I need to convert all the parts that I've made to step files. But let me put them up in the in the live stream chat. And I'm going to post pictures the old-fashioned way with a camera, pointing it. When I say it's a screenshot, it's literally a screenshot.
That's what some of my shots were for whenever I boost Fusion. I just realized that apparently the Duet holes are M4, I guess, not M3.
Oh, that's lovely.
Can probably whatever. So the screws will be a bit undersized. They'll still work.
Yeah. I am straining my computer. Probably because I have a bunch of high resolution rendering going on.
You actually render these things instead of just
No, it's the preview, but there are a crap ton of parts. In this assembly.
You know, if I had some sort of, I wonder if I have an intermediate drill bit that could drill these holes out, and then I could just screw it in. Let's see. I don't want to use a 4 millimeter.
Yeah.
I wonder what would happen if I drilled them out at 3.5.
You could probably do that.
I did oversize the pegs a little bit, so removing a little material won't hurt them.
There you go. Full set of photos.
This uses the normal pegs, or normal mounts, or this is.
Well, it's the 47 inch or 47 millimeter, or sorry, 77 millimeter wide pins that Josh put up for us. And now what I need to do is replace the 60 millimeter pins, or dowels rods, or the dowels, dowel pins. The IR word's not good hard tonight.
So the part that I'm wondering about is why we don't mount the electronics. Hold on, let me.
Instead of on the front of the Hemera up higher.
Hold on, let me screen share this really quick. I want this one. So why don't we? I think you should hopefully see my cursor here in a minute. But the wings are part of the Hemera mount, right? It's attached to the Hemera. Are you looking at the live stream? So the wings have to be part of the attached to the Hemera. Yeah, so the PB or PPB77-003, that's attached to the frame. So the wings are part of the Hemera. No? So we have this huge blank space right between the wings on a piece of plastic that looks like it'd be a perfect location to mount electronics. I'm kind of curious why we don't use it. How wide is it between the two wings? Sure. But just out of curiosity, though, what's the distance between the wings? All right, so I chopped down Luke's board. Actually, even if you don't chop down Luke's board, they're only 63 millimeters long, so I could put one of Luke's boards there, no problem. You're just saying the Duet tool boards are too big. Well, so we are basing this on some default hardware, I guess, is what you're saying. that
put it on
I'm
there.
not using it all.
What's that?
I said that I'm not using it all, so I have to find a
So
different
you can just
solution.
use the, what you do is you take
I'm going to be using these.
You take the extension wings off.
Yeah, I've got two PT1000, or well, I'm going to be using PT1000 sensors.
In the hot end?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because PT100 sensors are dumb, and thermal resistors are old school.
So you're using a thermocouple.
The Duet is actually designed to take PT1000s with no extra hardware or extra electronics.
I thought you needed an expansion board for it.
No, you need an expansion board for PT100s.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what the Duet and thermocouples. PT1000s, on the other hand, can hit high temperatures and require no extra hardware or electronics.
Okay. Well, what is the standard? What is the sensor that comes with the Hemera?
I don't know. I'm not gonna use it. So on Phyllis Schroeder's website, you can buy PT1000s that are compatible with the E3D V6 block.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure. I just don't remember what it ships with, so I got to go.
I didn't really pay any attention to it. It's probably shipping with just standard thermal resistors, is my guess. But hold on, I'll go look.
I'm looking at the. I'm looking at each.
Yeah, so I drilled it out with a 3.5 millimeter drill bit, and it is perfect.
Good.
So that solves that problem.
So it's it's a V6 hot end, and it comes with a thermistor cartridge.
Right. Which I don't know if anybody's going to be I'm not sure if people are planning on using the thermistor or what, but I'm not.
Are you using the the 30-watt heater cartridge?
Oh, the heater cartridge, yes. Unless I somehow need something more powerful in the future, but my plan currently is to use the heater cartridge that it comes with. I'm just changing out the, there we go. Screen's back to normal now. Just changing out the thermal cartridge, or the thermal resistor. I'm going to mute myself for a second, but I can still hear you. I need to drill some holes.
Okay. So I'm just trying to remember. It's like I'm not sure what it just says it ships with a thermistor cartridge, and I can't tell. I mean, there's no markings on it. Hello.
Here, I'll look in one of my Hermes boxes, or Hermera boxes.
It has blue wires.
Yeah. I think they are PT100 sensors. Actually, the TT100 on my big box has blue wires. Huh. Now I don't know.
I guess, let's see, what's in the box? It just says thermistor cartridge. Doesn't say what kind, it just says a thermistor cartridge. So, off to the documentation.
Yeah, honestly, I have no idea. I thought E3Ds, I don't know, maybe I'm just assuming things, but I thought the thermistors were red and the PT100s were blue or something like that. Or maybe I just made that up, I don't know.
It just says thermistor cartridge. It doesn't say what kind of thermistor cartridge. So, I am going to go to the other piece of data, documentation. I'm going to go to firmware settings for it and see what the firmware guide tells us to and seeing what the firmware tells us to do as far as which sensor type 5, you're changing the temperature sensor type to a 100K ATC.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
We can, yes. So you're changing the temperature sensor type to a 100K thermistor ATC Semitech 104 GT. Used in Park-In and J-Head. 4.7K pull-up. So if that's the case, it seems like they went cheap on that. Although a PT1000 on their site is about $30.
Yeah, there's another company.
Hear you, so I think some settings. So I will be trying to fix that. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
E3D, or I mean, there's another company that creates a PT1000 package that I believe they're around $12 or $15 on Philistruder.
Oh, here we go. Thermistor cartridge. Custom-made thermistor cartridge. Blah, 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 blah. The picture looks right. It's blue wires. Yeah.
Oh, whoops, sorry, I forgot to mute myself.
That's okay.
Alrighty, that's done.
Your mounts are looking good?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Your mounts are looking good?
Yeah, I've got them cleared out for 4 millimeters. I'm not sure how I did that. I could have. I'm not sure where I got 3 millimeters from. I guess I just assumed. So you said the Best Western is where you're going to be staying, right?
No, I'm at the, hold on, I gotta look now. I am northeast of the place.
I thought you were saying everybody stays at the Best Western.
Well, points, man, points.
Ah, so you're saying people do stay at the Best Western, you're just not because you're using reward points.
Well, I'm not using reward points, but I'm close enough that if I, oh, doggone it, where did I put my phone? This is not a good sign. You're back. Found it. Hold on. Travel. I do a lot of Hilton stays.
Gotcha.
Hampton Inn, Middlebury.
How far is that?
That's about 8 miles from the site, but there's nothing real close to the site because they're at the fairgrounds, right?
Right.
But
Yeah,
I got a bunch of benefits too, like free Wi-Fi and whatnot, late checkouts, concierge services, things like that.
yeah, I generally stick with the Holiday Inn chain, but there wasn't really any good deals. Maybe it's just too late to book it right now, so close to the Rep Rap Festival.
That's hard to say. I mean, the Hilton properties, there's a lot of stuff on the Hilton properties.
Well, normally whenever I do things, I just, use my reward points, but the closest hotel that I can use the reward points for is almost 40 minutes away.
Yeah. I mean, this is 8 miles, so it's like 15 minutes. And we get a free breakfast. So, and there's going to be 3 of us. So coming down for breakfast before headed over is I think, worthwhile.
Yeah, we booked the Best Western. It has pretty much all the important stuff. Free breakfast and Wi-Fi and all that. My buddy has he doesn't have a specific rewards program with Best Western. He has this more generalized rewards program. I don't know exactly how it works, but...
Well, I would have stayed at a Marriott property because I do most of my business travel is at Marriott's. But the problem I run into there is the nearest Marriott is like 20 miles away. And that's like, really?
Yeah, there were some Holiday Inns close by, but not for reward nights. Yeah, so I'm like pre-zip tying this before I drop it on.
I see that. Yeah, the other thing I've got is doing. There are 3 of us, so we went ahead and got a suite. So
You have a what?
there are 3 of us sharing a room, so we got a suite.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
And that was it's 2 queens and a pull-out couch.
Nice. Yeah, we did a double queen. So.
Yeah. Well, all 3 of us also have CPAPs. So.
Who else is coming? Anybody that's on Discord?
What's that?
Who else is coming? Anybody that shows up on Discord?
No, not really. A friend of mine who lives in Dayton, and he just thinks the whole idea is kind of cool because, well, he thinks it's cool. And another friend of mine who is the friend of mine who's got a Form 2, and he's probably going to get a Form 3. But he does a lot of he kind of cheats because he uses it partially for his work, and his family owns a packaging plant in California. So he's going to be at GaryCon the previous weekend, which is up in Lake Geneva, in Wisconsin. Gotcha. And so he's going to hang around and then come down from Lake Geneva, and he's going to drive.
What's GaryCon?
Gary Gygax, Dungeons and Dragons.
Ah.
It's a gaming convention up there.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So, I don't know if Josh is going to join us tonight.
Yeah, so Daniel has basically the exact same electronics configuration that I'm going to be using, so he's
I thought he was going with toolboards.
He might switch, but right now he has 2 3HC boards and everything exactly the way I have it, or will be having it. So, aside from Luke's board, but that doesn't have anything to do with configuration.
Got it. Yeah.
So he's like hooking me up with everything I need, so I should have a really good head start once I get to the booting stuff up.
Oh, the configurations?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I need to, I just got a little bit of flex in it. I don't know if it's because, I know why it's got flex in it. It's because I didn't completely fill in all of it. I suppose I should make it stiffer.
Yeah, you can completely add the zip ties when it's on the board. I tried just seeing how hard it was, and it wasn't really that hard, but it's certainly much quicker just to do it. And then
just to pre-wire it?
Yeah. And then I'll just pull out any of them I don't use.
Got it.
Kind of an advantage to having it where I put the holes all the way through, so it uses the acrylic as part of the backstop when you're feeding them through, and that works.
Okay.
And it also makes like threading them this way much easier because I have access to the backside.
Okay. All right. So this mounting plate that I created,
Mm-hmm.
it has a couple of little things that are frustrating. Not frustrating, but the assembly process is very specific. Like the Hemera has to come apart in order to assemble it.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, you're pulling the extruder off of the motor. That's the extent of it. So
That's
the fan,
kind of odd.
well, it has to do with where the screws are and the way I had to mount all the screws. But it works, and it's not like you're going to take it apart a lot.
I'm torn. I have all of the tool posts printed with all the heated inserts in them.
And you got to readjust them.
Well, now if I do the new version, they're all scrap. all the heated inserts are scrap, unless I want to try to dig them out somehow.
I don't know if you want to or not. Put a screw in from the other side, and then use the press.
Yeah, probably could do something like that.
Or just hit it with the soldering iron, push it out.
Yeah, I don't know. But if you could throw a couple holes in there for Luke's dumb board, that would be cool.
Okay, let me pull it up and do that. And they're 34 millimeter mounting posts.
34 millimeter mounting posts.
Well, okay, they're 34 millimeters.
Oh, I'd have to double check. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, they're 34.
Seems right.
So the thing I run into here is a sketch. Let's have a sketch.
What orientation does that get printed in?
The board
No,
or the post to me or
the back plane, where
or the lock plate. Or not the lock plate insert, but the lock plate itself.
yeah, so like if you're looking at it with the between the wings, is that on the flat or is that up?
The words are facing up. The wings are separate. They get screwed into the side.
The words are facing up.
Yeah, the Hemera
Okay.
is facing up.
Huh.
So the wings are a separate part.
I know they are. I'm just trying to figure something out.
Do you have one, or are you just looking at it?
I'm looking at the pictures that you posted.
So imagine there's that middle block. If you look at the front of it, or the front picture. So in the front where it says Hemera, you're going to see those two wings on the side, those two blocks on each side that say tool board extension.
Right.
Those come off. and then the wings would attach directly. There's a shorter set of wings.
Oh, so what you're saying is that that could potentially still use the old tool posts.
Right, and that it's initially designed for the original tool posts.
Oh.
You will need a 15 millimeter extension block, but that's it.
So how wide is the piece that says Hermera on it?
One sec. Really? Son of a. KVM switch occasionally decides that my mouse clicks are a trigger to change the displays.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's just an occasional thing. 44 millimeters.
Huh. 44 millimeters is exactly what I cut the dumb board down to.
It's exactly 44 millimeters wide?
Exactly 44 millimeters wide. I could probably sand a little shorter to fit it in between.
Are the screw holes exactly even?
If I cut the if I do the exact same thing I did when I shortened it, then yes, it's symmetrical as far as the screw holes go.
So if I center the screw holes 34 millimeters apart.
Yeah, right.
Okay. I can do that. One sec. I'll have screw holes in it here in a minute.
All right.
However, if I do it that way, well, that works.
Uh-oh.
What?
Sensing a zip tie shortage.
Not
imminent, but potentially when I get all the wiring done, and I'm sure I'm going to use a lot more zip ties.
Zip ties on hand?
Honestly, no, I don't. I had a few bags of 100, but I think this is the last bag. I haven't bought zip ties in ages. I didn't buy the zip ties when from the bomb because I'm like, I already have zip ties.
All right. And M3s, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the board, so the tool board, the dumb board is, you said 44 by 23 and a half?
The height of the dumb board looks like it's 28 millimeters.
So 28. Okay.
Yeah, maybe 28 and a half or something. I'm not sure. Looks like there's some change there.
Okay.
There we go. Now I've got my porcupines.
All right, and do we want to put this hole all the way through, or?
This is a good question.
I mean, we can make it so it mounts directly, it threads directly in.
Yeah.
Or
It would be better if it was an insert, maybe, if there's enough thickness for that.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty of thickness because there's inserts in it already.
Okay.
Remember, there's inserts in the locking plate?
Right. Yeah, so if you want to put a couple M3 inserts in there, that would be cool.
All right, can do. I don't know if I did this right. I hope I did. Oh well, find out here in a minute. Five and a half.
All right. More zip ties are on their way.
That is right.
I'm sorry, what's that?
Because I can't add. Because I cannot math.
That happens.
All right. So I don't know if this is going to work or not, but let's see if I can. Let's see if I can.
Hmm.
Check, check,
I hear you. You just sound far away.
check, check. Is that better? Ah.
Good enough.
All right. So I just switched over from my iPad to computer. 3, 2, 1.
Blast off?
I'm live. It's live from New York. It's Saturday night. All right. Can you see my?
Hold on. It's loading. Okay, I see you.
All right. So at 34 millimeters, with a 44 millimeter wide between the wings. I'm pretty sure that we are not going to get a successful duet toolboard between that. The toolboard's just too wide.
Well, I understand.
I mean, I think we might be able to.
What's the distance between the two mounting holes for the board and that edge of the countersunk hole?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up. So the tool boards are 47 by 54. It's 54 wide, and that's the connection end. So if it's 47 wide, but it has to do with the edge where the connectors are all on the edges of the tool board, and it's a 34 millimeter spacing on the mounting holes. So you pretty much need all four edges exposed. So yes, this would fit. I could fit a tool board. I'm pretty sure I could actually fit a tool board between. Let's see if I can open it up. See if this works. So I'm going to throw a second tool board in here. And let's see what happens if I do this. That's made it up.
I guess if it doesn't work for the tool boards, it should still at least work for the dumb boards.
Yeah. I mean, it might fit. You know, I need to put some standoffs on it a little bit. But you see, looking down from the top here, that is your filament path right there. So there's your filament there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's your stepper motor. So you could use a really short stepper cable. Yeah, that's your stepper motor connection.
Can you go back to the top-down view real quick?
Yep.
How long is that piece that
Now you could put a piece of PTFE tubing in there and just have it up higher. So here's your power in and CAN bus. I don't know if you can see the cursor.
yeah, I
the
can
two
see a
connectors,
cursor.
yeah, the two connectors on top are the power in and CAN bus in. The on this side over here is IO0 and the stepper.
How tall did you say the tool board is?
How tall? You need, let me just do this.
I'm just thinking for Luke's dumb board, we might be able to put it off on the left side so that it gives you clearance for the filament path. And by putting it vertical instead of horizontal.
So nominal distance is 12 millimeters. That's the from the top of the connector to the bottom of the pins. So that's the assumption is that all your pins are. I mean, we know that all the pins are not going to be clipped flush. So
right.
Your connectors are 12 millimeters tall.
I meant
and that could get moved up or down or whatever. But like I said, you can put a piece of PTFE tubing in that hole.
do you have the step file for that tool or the tool plate?
It's in the GitHub. Let me update it and save it out as a step. And I need to export all this stuff as steps at this point. I haven't done that yet. I don't know what I did. Is when I converted this thing, it's got a rebuild error on one of the M5 clearance holes. So I got to go back and fix it. So IO0, stepper, programming jumper, or SWD out. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, software clock, software IO, 5-volt reset ground. I think that's one of the.
I'm not sure how, but when I drilled this with a 3.5 millimeter drill bit, one of the holes is too big.
Probably had your drill off to one side.
Yeah, must have done something like that. Still, the other holes are so tight, I'm not sure how I got it that loose. You know what I mean? Just seems like it's an impressively large amount of distance off.
Yeah, you didn't change any drill bits or anything, did you?
No, I just used the same drill bit the whole time through.
Okay.
Oh well. Filled it with a little bit of plastic loosely. It seems to kind of do the trick.
It looks like Josh is at least online.
What do you think about my electronic standoffs?
I think they are quite useful.
Cool. I know Luke got excited when he saw them.
Luke gets excited about a lot. he's probably listening on. Well, there's only 2 people watching the channel, which would be you and me.
Dang. There's another one that's somehow oversized. That's really annoying.
Use a long screw and pass it all the way through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a dumb board mocked up model yet, but
Luke probably wouldn't mind me sending you the dumb board step. Send it to me.
all right. So the thing we've got here is we've got real tight bend radius on this side of the board. On the as you're looking at it, the left side of the board.
Mhm.
So there is space to do it, and we can't really move it over a whole lot because there's your stepper motor on this side. The other side has got, what do we got? We've got an IO1, which is a 3.3 volt, and one IO pin, and then a ground. And then the next 3 screws is a 3-pin 12-volt fan. The next one is a 4-pin PWM fan. Then we've got output 0, temperature 0, temperature 1, CAN bus, power in, 12 to 32 volts. And V in goes straight to V out, or to output 0. Output 1 and output 2 are 12 volts. So the tool board's got a 12 volt, 5 volt, and 3 volt, or 3.3 volt voltage regulators on it.
You know, I minimized your stream and now I can't seem to get it back.
Huh.
Oh. Oh wait, here we go.
Okay.
Alright, I just sent you something, by the way.
I saw it. Thank you. Downloading. Yeah, I'm going to have to run it through my Fusion 360 in order to get it to open. There's something wrong with whatever export he's using. It's not, I can't open it directly. I open it in Fusion 360, export it as a step file, and then I can use it. grab a glass of water.
Okie dokie.
Oh, excuse me. Ouch.
No, it just sounded a lot worse than it was. It just shifted a little. There we go. What's that?
It said, and no more errors.
Hey.
So one of the things I don't have on here is, and this is just, hello. Yes, you're very fun. Thank you. Somebody was really like being insistent on being the script.
Call it power nuzzling.
Yeah. So I don't have a 4010 blower model to put in here. If I did, then I would. And it might have enough on its own, it might not. There are other fan ducts that fit over there. The nice thing about this one is there is this lower duct here. There's a volcano edition that just is a direct swap, part swap.
Nice.
So it's a direct swap.
In your opinion, would tool 1, say if you're looking at the front of the machine, which this is the back panel, then tool 1 would be on the left side, right, from the front. So it should be on the right side in the back. Does that make sense?
Wait, one. So tool 0 is where?
Tool 0, I guess, if you want to call it that. Yeah, the first tool, 0, like if on any normal convention would be on the left, you know, and then as you go across, you'd get tools.
So it'd be on the right side, be under the power supply.
Yeah, so on the back side, it would be on the right, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be under the power side, under the power supply.
I just wanted to make sure my thinking was correct.
Is the paper still on there?
Slowly being removed little bit by little bit as I need to get it out of my way.
Okay. I just figured you could write the tool numbers by each of the holes as you before you take our paper off.
I figure I'll just use my labeler to make tool 1, 2, 3, 4 labels.
Oh, I just while you were working it, that's all.
Huh.
Just got my time to go to bed reminder.
Oh wow, it's 11:30 already?
Yeah.
Man, this is why it takes me forever. I never seem to get anywhere near as much done as I hope. I'm not sure what I was fooling around with so long that made me waste so much time.
You spent a lot of time putting tie wraps in.
Suppose.
I just pinged Josh. I mean, the holes are up there, so that
Do you think the 77 millimeter wide holes are going to give you better stability and picking and placing?
I don't know. I just know that I have to have it in order to get it to fit.
Right. I know there's a practical reason, but I was just thinking, is there other benefits to it?
It,
Maybe my thinking's crazy, but I was thinking the wider you go, the more stable it would be. You know, moments of inertia and all that.
yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking along those lines. That seems to work.
Yeah, I was wondering how well or not the dumb board would fit vertically.
Yeah.
If that would give you clearance for the filament path.
It could be. It's hard to say. Maybe we'll get Josh to join us. I just invited him.
Ooh. Tight fit. Perfect fit between the two, really.
Nice. Well, that certainly didn't work. There we go. Got heat sets in there now. Means I could probably not have that hole go all the way through. so it wouldn't show up on the front. There's enough space there. Uh-oh. Wait. What did I do?
What's wrong?
It's got the wrong, whichever model I opened has now got the wrong wings. It doesn't have the long wings on it. It has the short wings. Okay. Well, that's really weird.
What's wrong?
It has to do with how I open something. So I need to go find the other parking wings that I made, because these wings are now way too short. Did I not just have them here before I closed and opened it again?
Honestly, I'm working on my stuff, so I'm only glancing at your stuff right now.
Oh yeah, no.
Huh. I wonder if I'm not getting any sound out to the stream. It says my audio bitrate is 0.
No, you are.
Huh.
Oh,
Well, then it's lying to me. How's it going?
Pretty good. Oh, I gotta stop the 2 audio streams thing, though.
Definitely.
Wait, what?
I had it on my speakers and on my headset, but my headset comes from Discord.
There we go.
Electronics panel's looking good.
Yeah, I got all my printed mounts on there now. Oh.
So I am tempted the next version that I do, if I do another version of the back panel, to do like a DIN rail.
I think you'll be Brian's best friend.
No.
Well, I think I'm gonna do. I've been debating doing a larger power supply.
You know, I'd almost consider going with the. Well, but what are you using for your power supply? And why would you need a larger power supply? What are you doing with it that?
So the biggest concern I get into is when you have lots of hot ends,
Okay.
right? And they're all sitting trying to maintain temperature at some medium level, and you've got one blasting out. You know what that's all going to look like.
Reasonable.
Essentially as it is, the way Josh is using it, he has two hot ends. So at most
Right.
it's pulling, say, 100 watt, right? But if you're saying let's potentially have 5 at 50 watts apiece,
Yeah. Well, the
that's
question is how much power can the duet pass? That is a reasonable question, I think.
Well, and I think that gets more interesting as you get into tool boards.
Yeah, because a tool board can actually pull its power from anywhere, right?
Right.
So you
And
can have a power supply that's just pumping out power just for the tool board.
Or if you start talking about things like cutting heads, right?
Yep.
For subtractive.
Yep.
And then I've been working a little bit on the bomb stuff, and then Josh mentioned a bot idea the other day, so I've been poking around at Discord's APIs trying to figure that.
That would explain what I've been doing. I have multiple copies of parts in different folders, and I have inadvertently saved things in the wrong spot. And so the references are all broken now. Anyway, so who is doing the tool board?
So one of the projects that I have kind of on the side burner is a Clipper compatible tool board.
Okay.
And I've done some initial layout and some thoughts, but the one thing I think I obviously do over CAN bus. So Clipper isn't really meant to run over CAN bus.
No.
And you can do things to make CAN bus feel like regular serial communication, but then you're really using it wrong.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. So, my thought there is if I'm going to go that route, I would just go plain RS-485.
Yeah. And Clipper you can run over that.
And Clipper will run over that. So then it's basically a matter of taking something like the Duet or even just a simple ramps board and essentially ripping out all of the things that you don't need and then relaying the board out.
Yeah.
And I think that could be produced probably a lot cheaper than the tool boards could be produced.
It depends on what you mean by cheaper. Because the reason I'm saying that is are you talking about assembled as well? Or are you planning on assembling them yourself?
Yeah, no, I'd probably have jails. What I've been working on, I'm designing it specifically to be able to have JLC PCB be able to manufacture them.
Okay.
So it's all parts that are available in China. There's even a couple places where I'm picking more expensive parts because the cheaper parts, believe it or not, aren't available.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, using a M0 Vortex and And
The
then
LPC 1760, or I think it's 1768 or 176 whatever series. Those are the ones on the SKRs. Those are pretty dumb too.
yeah.
And then so a lot of it is picking stuff that I know is supported on Clipper.
Yep. Because all you need is that and a driver and a couple of MOSFETs.
Yeah.
And some, some picking up some I/O. You're not going to be anywhere close to using all the I/O on the chip.
Exactly.
And then using software EEPROM. Well, you don't even need EEPROM on it because Clipper handles it all.
Clipper, yeah. That's...
Yes. So
now
okay, go ahead.
There are some design aspects of Clipper or of the toolboard protocol that I like, and I have some thoughts about talking to the guy who writes Clipper about CAN bus protocol.
Yeah.
And some of because I think if you were to ask me what protocol is better, I would say that the toolboard protocol is currently better in a lot of ways.
CAN bus or
yeah, the CAN bus approach for the toolboards.
Okay.
Because so in CAN bus, the way collisions happen, low bytes have higher priority than high bytes.
Yeah.
So writing
tag on
it's actually because of how the signaling is done. So the signal is differential signaling, and essentially if you have a collision, it's a 0. So writing all zeros to the bus for a command is essentially the highest priority thing you can write in a frame, followed by 0000001, right? So you basically, when you structure CAN bus protocols, the best thing to do is prioritize them by byte order, essentially.
Yeah.
And so they've used in the CAN bus protocol for the toolboards, they've basically said 0 is like an emergency halt.
Yeah.
And
the only question I would have about that is there a chance what is the likelihood that command is going to be inadvertently created due to a collision environment?
That's actually why you want to do it.
Okay.
The idea is in CAN bus is typically that you can detect the collision.
Okay, yeah.
Because you basically have two writers, and what you do is you kind of do like a loop back to yourself. So as you write out, you read the bytes back in, and if they don't match what you wrote out, then you know there was an error.
Okay.
And in the form of a collision, if you have two things all write out zeros, both of them will know that they signaled the wrong thing, essentially. And so I looked through kind of the way they structured their protocol, and they did it very, very intelligently. The thing that's nice about the Clipper protocol is really kind of super extensible. It supports basically really long command words and all kinds of stuff that makes like sending text like sending text to an LCD, that kind of stuff. Just kind of fits in naturally. It basically has a variable size frame for your data commands. Yeah,
some of the things, though, Clipper is not really good at is some of the serial communications, software serial and whatnot. It's not there yet. It causes a lot of heartache when you're using the SKR boards with LCDs.
Yeah.
With the smart LCDs or the emulators, because it just doesn't work. I found that running Clipper against some of my other boards, the SKR Pro, Pro 1.1, I had a devil of a time getting the board to work. I ended up having to go back to an old CR10, original CR10 board.
Huh, okay.
To pick up, because
Sorry, what?
TFT 35 wouldn't recognize it.
Oh, okay.
And that's a known issue in Clipper, so
Eric's cutting boards up.
yeah, he's cutting the power slots off. Making the board now work.
Ah, okay.
So yeah. I don't know if you looked in the live stream chat, you see all see the pictures I posted of the
Yeah.
map.
Yeah, I need to find more time to spend in Fusion to get more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Because I find it terribly frustrating.
Yeah, the things I've run into here is, so like in the last day, because I've been so tired by the time I sit down with this, I've managed to save 3 different copies of this file in multiple locations, and so the references are all broken. So I'm going to have to see if I can, essentially, I'm going to throw all the parts from all 3 folders into the same folder.
Okay.
And then rebuild the assembly from that.
So how are you putting the parts in on your local computer, or?
Oh yeah, they're
So I've always organized my projects kind of just in the data folder stuff in the cloud.
No, it's because part of it is because I've had intermittent connectivity.
Okay.
And if you're relying on that, yeah.
See, I didn't even know you could work with like local file references and stuff.
Oh yeah. But the problem is I've got to go through and figure out where my local file ref. A long wing.
Okey doke.
Because there's, yeah. And I don't know if I can just do a property rename or something like that. There's things in here that I don't know. Oh, there we go. Now I can figure out where everything. Please use file replace to replace the models. Okay, got it. All right, I just have to go through and fix all this stuff then. So yeah, I've also got 80mm pins coming that I ordered. I got 20 of them for $20. So
cool. Where at?
Walmart of all places.
Interesting.
They're listed under they're 318 stainless, but they're listed under furniture parts.
Okay, dowels.
Yeah.
For furniture, yeah. I always asked Josh if how much we cared about the tolerances and hardness of those parts, right? And I don't think we have a too clear of a picture.
No, I don't think it's too much. Josh did say he might pop off, so or pop
cool.
In.
Yeah, that section of Luke's board isn't really all that necessary.
The power pass.
Yeah, if you double up on pins and use 2 pins on the ribbon cable, then you don't need to have the extra cable, and the extra length of the board is actually an issue getting things to fit.
So yeah, let's see. Now I have to close this and then go back and find.
Yeah, the only thing I would worry about on those and he's using the microfit connectors, right?
Yeah.
The microfits can carry a pretty decent amount of current.
Yeah, and calculated out, one pin should be able to carry the current of the hot end, and I'm going to solder two of them together. So.
Yeah.
So,
The only thing that's ever concerned me with that kind of approach is like, I've seen a couple people who've done like the like pogo pin boards.
yeah.
And the thing that you do run into with the pogo pin thing is if one pin connects and the other one doesn't quite touch, you basically can end up burning out one circuit or another.
Yeah.
No pogo pins here.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. I wouldn't really worry about it in that application. The big problems I've seen with pogo pins is typically when people do that, you've got to carry you want to make your grounds make contact first, right?
Yep.
And so they'll have grounds that don't quite close, don't quite connect. And then when power is applied suddenly, they've got not enough ground for the amount of current they're passing.
Yep.
And then you get the magic smoke.
Hello.
Hey. Hello.
How's it going?
Lucas here.
It's a party, baby.
Yeah.
It's like half the internet, right?
Hey, there's like 570 something people.
Oh, dude, I was telling somebody the other day. I was like, I remember when I was excited that there was like 100 people on the Discord.
Yeah, I remember those days too.
I was like, there's 100 crazy other people out there.
I remember when it was just me and Denal. I was like, yeah, it's cool. Somebody joined my Discord.
If you'd have messaged me on Twitter, I probably would have joined a lot sooner.
Oh, my bad. I didn't realize that.
I hadn't paid any
notice
attention
that.
and didn't realize the Discord existed for a while.
Yeah, I'm really bad at sales and marketing.
I'd say for a no sales and marketing effort, it's doing pretty damn good.
Well, I'm good at going to festivals and like taking it out and giving it some like fresh air.
I'm hoping we all have a festival to go to this year.
I know.
OSU.
Yeah. That's scary.
Well, I've already started getting things from Hilton talking about their adjustments if needed, if they need to cancel trips and things like that. So they're starting to address that.
Yeah, I was surprised. MIT announced today that their all classes are canceled through like the 20th, and they're having everybody attend class through online stuff through the end of the month.
That's what we're
and
doing.
they had all students go home.
Don't come back.
Okay, they didn't actually send us away.
Yeah, they decided to send all their undergrad students away.
Well, isn't it spring break?
Theirs isn't quite yet.